Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, of all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kadash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and all the men and women who follow. So, as you can see, we'll be going over our contract with the Lord. All right. So, Lord's word is going to be edifying, and the word contract from the Edom Online. It says an agreement between two or more persons to do or not to do something particular, to do or to not do some particular thing. Originally, especially of marriage, drawing together, it really just to draw together. All right, it's an agreement between two or more persons to do something or to not do something. All right, and we've been tasked by the Lord. Okay, by the grace and power of Yahawashi to do something, which is to teach this gospel, all right, to not just read these scriptures, but to live these scriptures, to teach these scriptures, to teach others to live these scriptures, to be to the marriage, to have people come back to our nation so that we may be saved, all right? All that's in the contract. So let's give an example of a contract, okay? So, I'm a Buccaneers fan, so this is Baker Mayfield's contract. All right, and I got this contract for a reason because, of course, he has his base salary, okay, but he also has a signing bonus and he had incentives, okay. So his original contract was for, I think that's like 4 million. All right, when you add that number and that number, it's like 4 million, and then he had an incentive if he got X amount of touchdowns and yards and touchdowns, then he would get an extra 28, 2.8 million. So that 4 million turned into 6.8 million, almost 7 million. All right, and it's similar in its truth because, well, let me see. How do I want to do this? All right, so yeah, so he got the 6 million, and similar in its truth because we all are working for that same penny. We're gonna go over that here in a minute. So we're all gonna get that salary, but even though we're all working for the same penny, there's levels in this thing, man. All right, there's still order. All right, and um, what's an example of a incentive? All right, let's get this real quick. We're gonna go back, but I'm just gonna cover this incentive real quick. Let me see. Kind of. This is St. John chapter 14, verse 2. It says, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also." So when he said, "In my Father's house are many mansions," he's speaking of the different planets, the different places around the universe that we're going to inhabit. Okay, and as you can see just from yourself, let me see. Uh, yeah, so as you can see for yourself, all the planets are not the same size. Okay, Earth is relatively small compared to, of course, Jupiter and Saturn, Neptune and Uranus. All right, Mars is about the same, but this is a relatively small planet. So when he says, "My Father's house are many mansions," hey, that's not equal. But some will get bigger planets, some will get smaller planets. But as big as Earth is, just think about how big this planet is. And as big as this planet is, think about how big this planet is. So that's an example of an incentive. We are still all working for that same penny. We are going to still get the same salvation and so on and so forth. But let's jump back over here. That's an example of an incentive. But let's see some contracts that took place in the scriptures. All right, this is a Slakia. Genesis 29, and I'm gonna start at 13. It says, "And it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house. And he told Laban of all of these things. And Laban said to him, Surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me, what shall thy wages be? And Laban had two daughters, and the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. And Jacob loved Rachel, and he said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel thy younger daughter. And Laban said, It is better that I have give her to thee than that I should give her to another man abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed but a few days for the love he had to her. All right, so he ended up getting Leah first, then he got Rachel, and then he got the cattle and all of that. Because Laban did not honor the contract. He asked him straight up, you know, what shall thy wages be? He asked him what shall his wages be. And he told him, I'm going to serve you 7 years for Rachel. But Laban didn't honor the contract. You can see in Genesis 31:7, it says, I'll start at 6, it says, and ye know that with all my power I have served your father, and your father hath deceived me and changed my wages 10 times, but God suffered him not to hurt me. Right, the Most High suffered him not to hurt me. So Laban didn't honor his contract. But Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, we are entered into this contract with him. Okay? All right. We are in agreement to do something, to do a particular thing. Okay? And the Most High is a man that he should not lie. So he's going to honor his end of the contract. All right. Yeah. So this is Matthew 20:1. It says, For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And he said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give it you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the sixth hour, like the sixth and the ninth hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle. And he said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? And they said unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when it was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came, came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. And when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. And when he had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, but which have borne the burden of the heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto Saki, I will give unto this last, even unto Saki. Let me slow down. Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last, even as unto thee. right? So he's going to give the last as I'm going to give to you. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will do with my own? Is it evil in thy eye because I am good? So the last shall be first, and the first last. Uh, for many be called, but few are chosen. Right. So whether you came in the 80s and the 90s, if you're coming in 2024, all right, we're all working for the same penny. We're all working for that same that same socket, that same salary in that contract. Okay, we're all trying to get that same contract. Which when you like I said, when you go into the contract, um, you got the incentives, and you got your little roster bonus or whatnot. But let me see. How did I? So what is it? What is the contract? Because going back to what the agreement is. What's the agreement? All right. What is the particular thing that we are to do? All right. Let's Second Ezra chapter 9. Um, I'll start at verse 5. It says, For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right, and we are at the end right now, and it's being, made alive right in front of our eyes, is being made manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Now that's part of our not. It's not a duty within the contract. Well, it is because you're supposed to read, watch, and pray. But while you're watching, while you're looking at the world and everything that's going on, all right, that's also um, a bonus. That's one of the bonuses that the Lord has given us because we're able to see the ending and the effects, and we're able to see the signs because you have to be doing the work, all right, to notice all the powerful works that the Lord is doing in this place, all right, all the signs, all the effects that are going on. We're able to see them and know that hey, we're getting closer to the end, all right, and only the ones who are paying attention are going to be able to see that. So that's more of a bonus. Okay. It says, and everyone that shall be saved. All right. This is how we get paid. That's part of the payment, being saved. Because, the missiles are going to tear this place apart. So the only way to make it out is to be saved by Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. All right. It says, and should be able to escape by his works and by faith where ye have believed. So that's the particular something to do. All right, this this works and this faith. All right, that's part of the job. All right, and what should we do? What should we get? We should be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Now, that's just the the first payment, so to speak, getting that salvation. All right, really, the first payment is being protected in Jacob's trouble. All right, because the Lord is going to sup with us. He's going to, as it says in let me see, Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength and salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." All right, when you go into that stability, it goes back to Amawan, which is faith. All right, so wisdom and knowledge shall keep you faithful. All right, in the times, man, in the times to come, in the bad times, man, in the evil days. All right, so you getting this wisdom, you getting this knowledge, you teaching people to live right, all right, and doing things the right way. That's all part of the contract. That's what you are, like Baker Mayfield in his contract. He has to go play football. All right, he has to show up to practice. He has to learn the playbook. All right, he has to be the leader. He has to rally the troops. All right, that's all in his contract because that's the job. Our job is to do what? To hit the highways, to learn our playbook, which is the scriptures. All right, to each one teach one. So our job is to teach the truth. Put up these lessons. Not being negative, actually change from within and abound and grow. All that's in this contract. And yeah, you can lose your contract, right? Because some people will have a no trade clause, all right, or it's a fully guaranteed contract. Hey, our contract is not fully guaranteed because we are the hopeful elect. We don't know whether we're the elect or not. But if you're doing what the contract says to do, you know, you'll get that payday at the end of the contract. All right. So going back to the James chapter 2 and verse 14, it says, what do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and not have works? Can faith save him? Right. So you can't faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute daily, it's like and destitute of daily food, and one of you saying to them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what do it for profit? Yeah, you see somebody, they cold and they hungry, and you say, man, the Lord gonna bless you with some blankets and some bread and some mayonnaise, and you can make some sandwiches with some cheese and sandwich meat. He gonna bless you with it. But you got all of that right there in your house. All right. You are the blessing. You are the way that the Most High is gonna bless him. And the Most High is gonna bless you for blessing them. It says, even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead being alone. So, hey, you have to fulfill the whole contract. You can't just have faith or just have works. Verse 18 it says, yeah, a man say thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. All right? Showing faith by the works. Your actions should reflect that, man. So while we're working this contract, man, you gotta be productive in all aspects, man. Nobody's perfect. Okay, but again, going back to what I said before, there's levels. You have apostles, you have camp leaders, you have younger brothers in a camp, you have the new guy, trying to cross the line. Everyone's not in the same place in their journey. In this work day, you have people who've been working since the crack of dawn, and you have those who are going to come in the 11th hour. So we're not all held to the same standard. Okay, let's bear with me. Con. Yeah, like I said, we're not all held to that same standard. This is Matthew 25 and 14. All right, it says again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. All right, matter of fact, Saki, this is in the NLT. So I'm putting it in the NLT. I just went over it. I like it because it's like it says exactly what you needed to say in plain English. All right, nothing wrong with the KJV, but I just think this is just a little more straight to the point so that one can understand. Okay, I'll read 14 again. It says, again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by a story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and a bag of silver to the last, dividing it in proportions to their abilities. Then he left on his trip. All right, that's just like an apostle, uh, a prominent man in the camp, a seasoned man in the camp, or a camp leader. and like a new guy in the camp, so to speak. Okay, and the servant who received 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earn 5 more. And the servant with 2 bags of silver also went to work and earned 2 more. And the servants who received 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid their master's money. After a long time, their master returned from his trip. So this is us doing the work, man. Us bringing in fruit, us taking the God given abilities that He gave us and using it to uh, be productive in the gospel, to build to build the ministry, all right, to bring people in, all right, to get this word out, whether they're here, whether they're for bear, all right. And the Most High has given us, we're all parts of the body. So maybe you're an arm, maybe you're an eye, maybe you're an ear, maybe you're a foot, but you have talent. You have a part of the body that the Most High gave you to be productive. So that's why let's keep reading. And after a long time, the master returned from his trip. So this is like Yahawashi coming back, all right, and called them to give account of how they had used his money, right? So you're giving account on how you have used the talent that the Most High have given you, all right. And in the KJV, it's actually called talent. The money is called a talent. Um, the servant whom he had entrusted with the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, "Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more." The master was full of praise. "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." The servant who had received the 2 bags of silver came forward and the master and said, "Master, you have given me 2 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 2 more." And the master said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount. Now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." Then the servant with 1 bag of silver came and said, "Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant and gathering crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid I would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here's your money back." But the master replied, "You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew that I harvested crops and didn't plant and gather crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it." Then he ordered, "Take the money from this servant and give it to the one that had 10 bags of silver. Uh, to those who will to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have a chance. And they will have an abundance. But from those who will do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away." So yeah, we're doing this work, but the Most High gives a lot. He gives more work to those who can handle it, all right, and less work to those who can't handle it. He's going to give you what you should be able to handle. He gave the guy 1 bag because he should have been able to handle it, right? The Lord is putting us all in a position that you should be able to handle, okay, the salary coming for your contract. You should be able to handle that. He's not going to put more on your plate than you can handle. All right, if you're a bad people person, or if you ain't never led nothing, he's not going to put you over, 50 brothers in a camp. Why? That would be setting you up for failure. He's going to still wake you up to the truth. All right, and you're going to start from the bottom and grow up just like everyone else. And hey, maybe one day you will be over, 50 men, But hey, it's all through the power and the spirit of Yahawashi. He's going to give you what you can handle. All right, and not an ounce more. All right, let me see. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get this. And I'm gonna end it on here. This is Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse. I started 26. It says, Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For the world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Right. So because of the wickedness in this world and everything that we're going through, we can't even fully comprehend all the promises that we are given in the time to come and when the kingdom of heaven comes. So all of that is going to be the salary within the contract, the bonuses within the contract, all the incentives, the women, having assured peace, having lands and titles and servants, all right, being able to eat actual food and drink real water, breathe actual air. All of that is in the contract that we have. All right. And all we have to do is our part, honor our end of the contract. And when the time comes, the Lord's going to honor his end. So, with that being said, Lord's will, this is edifying. And I give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rakar Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and the women who follow. Shalom.